Okay, so second portion of this evening's orientation for parents, and at the end we'll offer you an opportunity to ask some questions of all of us. So what I'd like to do is, let's see, Natalie Gorman, did I see this? Natalie is, okay, so Natalie Gorman is our athletic director. Natalie, would you, I know you're busy in terms of, we just wrapped up, but by the way, how do we do in baseball?
Yeah, we won everything, we're good.
Seriously, I'm not joking, we're really hoping for a state championship. These young men have worked really hard. We had a track event. Track one, so we won our track event, track meet this afternoon.
Sorry, I'm not dressed nicer.
Natalie Gorman is our athletic director. We'll talk to you for a couple minutes about athletic opportunities. Natalie?
Yeah. Hi everyone. So like Dr. Martin said, we just won the division track and field tonight, so back to back for varsity track, so it was really cool, girls and boys. We won last year too. And our baseball team just won 17-0 against Marlboro in the short run quarterfinal. So yeah, so we'll be in the semifinal. We'll be in the semifinal Thursday night, so it should be fun. So we're in the middle of a really, really busy spring season, and we just have a lot of teams that are active right now. Our golf team is in state finals today. That's second in state final. Our boys golf team, which is really cool. So looking towards the fall, do you want to talk about like dates that are opening and things like that? So as you're planning for your fall season in the upper school, the important thing to remember is if your child wants to play a fall sport, that preseason starts in August. And for new ninth graders or any new students in high school, I always recommend trying to join a fall sport. I think it's a great way to socially get integrated. The athletes are here in August. They're hanging out in the training room. We have a strength and conditioning coach. It's a great way to meet new friends. Even if your child is coming up from 8th grade or anything, it's going to get a bunch of new kids in ninth, and it's a lot of fun and a great way to get acclimated. So I highly recommend that. So that is August 16th if your child is a girls tennis player. Other sports start August 21st. We have boys and girls soccer. Boys soccer team has a varsity and a JV team. They're a pretty big squad. Varsity girls soccer, varsity field hockey, varsity boys and girls cross country, varsity boys and girls sailing. So that August 21st is that time frame there. Sailing really depends on the yacht club, but right around that time frame. And we also have football as an opportunity. So we have several co-ops here. So if your child is interested in football, ice hockey, boys lacrosse, or now we have girls gymnastics, we have all of those opportunities with St. John Haney. So if your child is interested in freshman, JV, or varsity football, we connect you with St. John Haney. That training starts right at the end of June, and then their preseason, depending on their position, is August 8th or 9th. So those are just some dates to kind of keep in mind. The winter season always starts at the varsity level 3 days before Thanksgiving, so it's kind of an easy way to remember that. And then the spring sports are going to start right around spring break. So if your child is a spring athlete and you think they're going to be a varsity athlete, my advice would just be to kind of not go away for those full 2 weeks. We usually give teams off the first week of spring break, and the second week they are going to have mandatory practice. So you really don't want them missing a full 2 weeks. They'll be super far behind once the season starts. But those co-ops kind of give our kids another opportunity for sports outside of what we offer here. A lot of our sports, we take everybody. We really try not to make cuts. Some teams have varsity, some have JV. That really just depends on the numbers and the facility. But we do try as best we can to keep everybody as appropriate. Any questions about sports or start dates or opportunities?
Sure. Weight room, and if you're after school and you're ready, you can use on your own. And
no, we have a strength and conditioning coach. No kids are allowed in there on their own. So he's going to open the weight room August 1st. So if any of your children have training that, it's called RIP, to Reach Your Potential Training in Sioux Falls. We hired our co-director, Jay Brooks, so he teaches in our lower and middle school and phys ed department, and then he's our full-time strength and conditioning coach for our varsity and JV athletes in the upper school. He mostly just works with the upper schoolers, not the middle schoolers. And so he trains kids either at 7 a.m. or right after school, usually from 3:15 to 4:45. In the summer, we're going to open it August 1st. It'll be open in the afternoon, like 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we'll have sessions for kids that are getting ready for the fall, or just kids that want to get ready for their winter or their spring season. But that will open August 1st, and then during the school year, it's either 7 a.m. or in the afternoon. He sends a weekly email to kids that are interested, and then they sign up. Some kids go and live during study hall, and then others usually sign up for an in-season or out-of-season day in that 3:15 or 4 o'clock slot.
question about the sailing program.
Yep.
If they want to prepare ahead of the season in the summer, are there classes or any place we can go to?
Yeah. Yeah, and I can connect you with our varsity sailing coach, but they usually recommend, in Shrewsbury, they have a really good summer program. I think our varsity coach actually worked there for quite a bit when he was younger. So the Shrewsbury Sailing Yacht Club does a great job in the summer. And they really recommend, if you're interested in sailing, to spend at least the full summer leading up to it, competing. I think those programs are usually 8 or 9 weeks. And that way, you know, we're really prepared for the season, because our sailing team is pretty high level, so we want to make sure the kids have experience. There's also a swim test for sailing, so I just want to make sure everybody understands that too. There's a swim test where we get in our pool every day, our lifeguard oversees it, and we make sure that everybody can pass that test, obviously, on the team for safety.
For the fall sports, if we're interested, for example, cross country,
Yep.
should we connect with the coaches, or would they know? How do we know? When can we email them?
Yes.
Practice.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Could you repeat the question so people may
yeah.
ask?
So the question was how to connect, especially with the fall sports coaches. So you can email me anytime. Some people here have already emailed me about getting in touch with basketball coaches and different people, so I can connect you. But for fall sports, we're going to have meetings probably the second to last day of school, as long as everybody's back from the semester. It'll be June 8th, that afternoon. If you want to write that day down, we're going to try to get as many fall sports meetings done as possible. So our fall varsity coaches for the upper school, not middle school, the upper school coaches will come to campus on that day. They'll meet new and returning kids on the team. But specifically for cross country, I can connect you with those coaches. You can just send me an email, because they're on campus every day as well as faculty. So we'll have those preseason meetings on June 8th. But if you can't make it, it's not a big deal. We can connect you. Some teams do a lot of training over the summer together. Some don't. Either way, our training coach is going to put together a training conditioning package for the kids to work on their own, so that they're prepared for the season.
Thank you, Natalie. We also have a form that we'll post in my Ranney to ask questions of. I know it will be challenging for many of you that are new to the community to remember all of our names and email addresses and stuff like that. So we will send that information out as well. One of the great things about our athletic program, it does build community. We of course love winning state championships. The year our team won basketball state championship was wonderful in terms of the social bonding that happened that year, the pride that it builds in the school. We're obviously hoping for the same things in baseball. But one of the cornerstones of our strategic plan in the portrait of the graduate, one of the things we want our graduates to do, to develop in them, is resilience. And of course, that's developed really well in athletics. We want to develop it in classrooms as well. We do it in arts studios and on stages, in our performances and concerts. So we also want, one of the other pillars is curiosity. We think kids will learn a lot in terms of being curious about the world through the arts. So I'd like to introduce Mr. John Proper, who is our arts director, our performing arts director, who will say a little bit about some of the performing arts opportunities here at Ranney. John?
Hi everybody, my name is John Proper. I'm chair of the Performing Arts Department here at Ranney School, and I'm very proud to be able to talk for a few minutes about the offerings that we have in the performing arts. Ms. Curry spent some time talking about the offerings that we have in our curriculum. We have band, orchestra, and chorus, jazz band, orchestra, and chorus, which we pretty much every day and during that third period of class, when we saw the schedule, so every day for about 45 minutes. And is a graded class and is part of the GPA. And these classes are really popular, and the students are very motivated. And there's students picked at all sorts of different abilities and aptitudes. We actually have honors students and college prep students in the same class. Performing the same music, but we tailor the lessons to be able to challenge each student at their own level. So we'll be able to challenge the honor students in a different way than we challenge the college prep students. And while they are all performing together and learning from each other at the same time, we just had our spring concert here on Saturday night. It was really an amazing event. We just had 27 seniors that we honored and spotlighted at our arts picnic, and then also in some of our senior solos. Two of the students in the jazz band wrote their own pieces for the jazz band and performed them as well, and we also had a lot of solos in the orchestra. And our students are very motivated and take a lot of pride in what they do in the performing arts here in our ensembles. Ms. Curry also mentioned that we have elective classes here that are more intro level, stuff like Acting 101, popular music, a few other classes where students can just kind of get their feet wet, or if they're just looking to get arts credit, that they can take those as well. But in addition to what goes on curricularly, I believe that's what we also offer, our productions here, as well as a few other outside things I'd like to just highlight for a moment. We put on 2 productions every year in the upper school. In the fall, we do a traditional play that's not musical. This year we did Shakespeare. We did a Midsummer Night's Dream, and we were very lucky. We were being considered for some BASE awards next week. We actually won 6 BASE award nominations for our fall production, which was really, really outstanding. The students did a fantastic job with that. Our director, Ms. Catherine Mazza, did a fantastic job with that as well. And then in the spring, we just put on, I guess about 2-3 weeks ago, we just did Mamma Mia, which we had the largest crowd we've ever had for our production on both for 2 nights. On Friday, definitely, we had 2 sellouts on Friday and on Saturday night. The students take a lot of pride, and one thing I always want to do, I'm actually also a 9th grade advisor, so I've spent a lot of time working with 9th grade students that transition into the upper school, and I tell them all the time, I say, you should really get involved in the theater productions here. Many of them just come in and they're like, well, I'm not a theater kid, that's not something I'm interested in, I'm more a sports person, I'm more interested in, name your topic. I'm more into academics, more into that sort of thing. But I said, well, you should really consider doing this because I've had so many students that end up getting involved in it in junior year or senior year, and then they really feel they love it so much that they feel that they really missed out, and they missed out on productions in their freshman and sophomore year. Because the community here for the performing arts is very strong, and it's really it's something that students may not even realize that they're really interested in, but as they kind of get around it and they kind of meet other people that are involved in the performing arts and our ensembles as well. I can tell you many stories of students that never played an instrument before that started playing an instrument when they get here and sort of become inspired, should we say, maybe slightly a little bit obsessed with it, and just sort of taking on a lot of time practicing and learning to play their instrument. Or people are coming here playing instruments, it's a great chance for them to also be challenged and be around a community of great performing artists. We also have smaller ensembles and groups, such as like a rock band or jazz combo or chamber ensemble. We even have a group called Electric Fusion that has some electric string players in it. And a lot of these groups are student run, which is amazing. Like a lot of our students actually take leadership roles and actually run these programs themselves. But besides the curricular and co-curricular stuff, I don't know if there's any questions about performing arts from anybody. Music or theater?
Question?
Yes.
Sorry. So if they want to join the orchestra and they don't want to take it for credit, is that an option? Is that possible to be part of the performance?
Well, we don't offer that because you have to really be in the class, which you have to be enrolled in the class, which is in the middle of the day, and it's a regular class. Yeah, we have some smaller ensembles too, but most of those students are enrolled in the actual ensembles, such as band, chorus, or orchestra.
And so in case I miss it, is that one semester or is it the entire year?
The ensembles are a full year course. We have other options that are semester courses that are more some are more intro courses, but our ensembles are all year. And we have 2 performances of our winter concert and our spring concert.
And I would, even if you don't have a student in one of the ensembles, I I would highly encourage you to attend one of the concerts. It's just unbelievable to see what the students are capable of doing. The arts program here is unbelievable, performing arts program, and visual arts as well, but John's here to represent performing arts. What about coffee houses, John?
Oh, great, yeah. So we also have informal performances such as coffee houses, which are, it's kind of like a talent show. The students sign up in advance, and the students all kind of rally around each other, and you could have anything from people telling bands, to put together student bands, students singing solos, people doing piano pieces, people playing guitar, people playing violin, people playing wind instruments, people playing even dance we've even had some students do some comedy, so all sorts of different things. But the really special thing about our coffee house, and really about the performing arts in general, is that the students really rally around each other and support each other, and are really very excited to be the audience members and to really build the community around it, which is, we have another performance spot on the other side of campus, which is called the Commons. That's where we hold these performances. And usually these performances are chock full of students, usually standing room only, and people will, family comes, but also just students who just want to see their peers perform and cheer them on. It's really awesome thing.
Thank you, John. So we have a wonderful student support program here at Ranney School. If you are coming from a public school and your student has an IEP, we don't technically use that acronym. Here at Ranney, we call them accommodation plans or learning profiles, but we will take them from your current school and work with you. I'd like to introduce at this point Mrs. Maura Sorio, who is the director of our student support program. If you have a student that would like to participate in that program, I have a child who is actually coming home from her first year in college tomorrow. Maura and her team helped her so much to develop into the kind of academic student that can survive and thrive in college despite having a learning difference. And is now in a program at her current college because of the support that Maura and her team have provided. Maura?
I can't help but think how long we've all been sitting and just listening, and how this is not conducive to so much of our learning. But we appreciate this unique circumstance that you're allowing us to kind of talk this long. If anyone wants to get up and stand in the back or stretch, by all means, be comfortable. So I'm Maura Sorio. This is my 8th year at Ranney School. This is truly a second home. I spent quite a bit of time. I'm also a parent for 3 children, so I care as much about this. I can only emphasize how much I care about this community that I choose to bring my children here, and it is a community, and it really is a family. All the people you heard speak up here, we work so collaboratively. One of the beautiful things in my 8 years is watching the school grow, but also seeing that just as we truly know and value your children, we really know and value each other, especially in my role as upper school learning specialist. I work very closely with the children, the students, the parents, and the faculty, so that we're all really looking, at the diverse needs of all of our learners and thinking in a very tailored manner what is most suitable for this learner. So we welcome and appreciate and actually celebrate the diversity of learners here at Ranney. Just a few quick things, and really the conversation for any of you that would be interested in speaking with me about your student, if they have any special learning needs, would be one that I prefer to have one-on-one. But in general, I just want to say that as your child would be appointed an advisor, they will also, if they have a learning plan or any kind of specific learning needs that we need to know about, consider me as a second advisor, sort of a quarterback on their team who helps to partner with you and then sort of navigate and figure out the best ways to communicate what's needed to the faculty so that we can all be making sure that your student feels comfortable and supported. If they feel safe, if they feel comfortable, if they truly feel known and valued, and not that they have to advocate from day one, it takes the edge off and it helps them be more attentive to the learning. With that, I have a lot of parents who ask, how much should I do or not do for my 9th grader? I would say, don't let go right away. Because we have, parents that try to do that. And remember, they're still transitioning, they're still growing and learning. And that's a conversation I'm happy to come alongside you with. We do offer for students who are interested academic enrichment classes, which means instead of having a study hall block 3 times in a 6-day cycle, they could come and meet with me one or more of those sessions. And essentially what we'll do is some executive coaching. We'll check in, we'll use the Ranney, make sure they're planning and prioritizing their time effectively, give them a little confidence boost so they know how to self-advocate, even how to just start an email to a teacher to figure out when to meet with them or when to make up something that was missed, those sorts of things. We also have a partnership with the local education commission, Monmouth Ocean Education Services Commission, and we've really strengthened that over the years. So if the student would benefit from additional structured support during the day, we can fit that in. And again, the nice thing is during the school day. And the 70-minute blocks are long, so again, it helps us to maximize that time and create goals during the day for the student. So I think it was said earlier, but documentation of any learning accommodations that your child has had in the past would be super helpful. I would love to receive that in June, if at all possible. It does take some time for us to have a conversation, usually a meeting with your child, so that they can put a name to my face to the name. And also understand that at the end of the day, what is going to be beneficial to them so that I can synthesize that into a little summary that goes to the faculty. So the first week of school, they don't have to walk in and introduce themselves. Say, hey, I'm the kid who has dyslexia and needs extra time for my test. It's just the teachers already are alerted to that, and then they can move forward with more confidence and understanding. So yeah, any documentation. If your child has been receiving services and hasn't had them in years, and they're like, oh, I don't think, if you're in doubt, please talk to me, because with the academic rigor that comes with the upper school, it may be warranted that they become reevaluated so that we can determine if it's in their best interest to continue any of those accommodations. And I also help with, as they move on, with accommodations for standardized testing and things of that sort. So I'm also a great point person, and if you don't know who to go to, even if your child doesn't have, you don't think any learning differences, by all means, I'm in the Annex building at the far end of the campus, and I'm happy to answer any questions. If there are any quick questions now as well, happy to answer. All right, look forward to working with you all. Appreciate it.
Okay, one of the other important parts of a student's growth and development is their emotional life. We know that we have to attend to modulating emotions, to understanding them, and sometimes we hit points in our life that are troublesome. So we have a school counselor. Her name is Orly Bander. I'd like to introduce Orly Bander at this point. We'll talk to you a little bit about our guidance program and the support services that she provides. Orly.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to all of you, and welcome to your rising ninth graders. We are very excited to meet them, get to know them, and welcome them into the community. I am Orly Bander. I'm our upper school counselor, as well as the chair of the Student Support Services Department. So in that capacity, I work closely with Laura to support students in a very comprehensive way, which is great. And we do really want to foster all of the aspects of every student. So my role focuses on supporting students in a social emotional capacity and helping them to adjust to the upper school community. I do tend to get calls from some of you at the beginning of ninth grade about, my child is having trouble socially, they're not finding people to connect with, they're eating lunch by themselves, and if you find yourself in that position, please know you're not alone. That happens every year. Not everyone comes in here knowing lots of people, not everyone has that personality to just kind of put themselves out there. That's a really tough thing to do for any of us, and certainly for a new ninth grader. If we all think back to when we were in high school, that was not an easy thing to do, still isn't. But I want to tell all of you, if you're in that position, you are certainly welcome to contact me. We can work together on ways that your child can establish connections and get involved in the school community. And I promise you, it's not something that lasts for a really long time. It seems that way, and in the life of an adolescent, as you know, everything happens in the here and now, and they don't always see the light at the end of that tunnel, so that can be difficult as well. But students do settle in, and they find connections, and they find ways to get involved and really engage with the school community. So if it is rough for some at first, please reach out. I'm happy to support your children. I'm happy to support you. Sometimes, it's harder for those of us as parents than it is for our kids when we don't always know what's going on with them. But I'm always here to support the social emotional lives of students, and that includes lots of things. So that can be meeting with them in school, it can be referrals if you are interested in getting some support outside of school. As you know, there are heightened levels these days of anxiety, particularly among teenagers, and there's a lot going on for them in their lives and in their worlds. So sometimes it's helpful for them to have someone to talk to. Sometimes they need someone who's not a part of their daily life. So even someone outside of home and school who they can establish a connection with. So I'm always here to help with that. And I also run our peer mentor program. So right now, your children are with our peer mentors, who are a select group of juniors and seniors, who are focused on helping freshmen on board into the community. And it's a really nice way for them to meet peers and connect. As we know, we can offer kids lots of advice, but sometimes they want to hear from other kids. And so our peer mentor program, they work with students, they meet with them once a cycle, first semester, in a dedicated class. And they do different activities that are really designed to help them get involved and engaged in the community, help them get to know their school, and to really get them started on the right foot. Because these are students who have been in their shoes only 2 or 3 years before them. So everything from what do I wear to the semi-formal to how do I approach my teachers and how do I get ahead of getting organized and just how do I use my flex time effectively. As well as just doing really fun activities that just help them to get to know each other and help to build community. One of the favorites, we make PSA videos. So so that's they'll make videos about how to clean up your dishes the right way in the dining hall, or to clear the hallways of your backpacks, and they make these really funny videos that all of them can get involved in. It engages different sides of them. So you have more quiet kids who prefer to edit the video. You have those kids who want to be the stars, and we let them all shine. We show those videos at town hall, and it gives our 9th graders a chance to show themselves in front of the upper school community. That's a fun one. We have a pumpkin decorating contest. They love a contest, so that always gets them involved. So one thing that we're bringing back this year that we went away from the last few years, which is really exciting, which I was mentioned before, is the freshman overnight retreat at the beginning of the year on September 5th and 6th. And they'll be going up in Northwest New Jersey to a YMCA camp. Our peer mentors are going to go along as well, because what better way to get to know our new freshman students than to be out in the woods with them in their cabins and do road sportsing and trust falling. And so that's going to be a really fun way to kind of get off campus and start off that way, so that once we all get on campus, they have a good sense of who everyone is. So again, welcome to the community, and I look forward to getting to know you and getting to know your children. Thank you.
Thank you, Orly. I think one of our goals tonight was to be sure that you can put a face with a name and be introduced to people that can help you, hear a little bit about their programs. We're going to continue to feed you information over the summer. We're a college preparatory institution. We pride ourselves on preparing our students for success in college and beyond. One of the neat traditions at the school just happened today. All of our seniors appeared on campus in their college sweatshirts, wearing the sweatshirt of where they will be attending college next year. Beautiful picture of them taken out in front of the GPA, 100 students in the grade, all very successful year in terms of collegiate admissions. We pride ourselves on best fit, but I don't want to put too many words in Dana Matasino's mouth. We have a wonderful college counseling team. 3 members of the team. If you've been on an open house tour, if I worked with you in a predictive scheduling meeting, you've probably heard this, and I think the team is probably sick of hearing this little anecdote. I did work in California for 4 years and attended a national college counseling conference in San Diego one year. I was fortunate enough to hear a person, a college counselor at a public school say to one of the panels, I'm really lucky. I only have 400 students in my caseload this year. Our Ranney College counselors have around 35 students in their caseload each year. We pride ourselves on knowing and valuing our students. This is by design. We want you as families, and especially your students, to get the time that you deserve and the hand-holding that helps you through a very dynamic and complex college admissions process. More dynamic and complex, perhaps, than it has ever been. So just to say a little bit about our college counseling program, Dana Matasino, one of our deans of college counseling.
Hi, good evening. I feel an odd sense of pressure being the last one to go, but I assume that was by design. So good evening, my name is Dana Matasino, and I am Dean of College Counseling here. There are 2 of us that hold Dean titles. We've both been here for 4 years. Prior to coming to Ranney, we were both on the college side, and between the 2 of us, we have nearly 40 years of college admissions experience, and our associate dean brings another 6 to the table. So we have read applications, we've been there, we've seen tens of thousands of essays. The experience and the excitement we have to work with your students is really palpable. Like, I love being on this side. It's a lot more fun to celebrate all of the wins with your students than it is to make some of those really hard decisions when I was on the college side. So our process, you will not be assigned a college counselor in 9th grade. A lot of your work will take place with your advisor in tandem with advice and conversation with our college counseling office. You will be assigned a college counselor as you enter into 10th grade. We will again work with you on talking about course selection, and of course any college questions that you might have. In 11th grade is where we kick things into full gear. But 10th grade, you're not without some steps along the way. We offer the PSAT every October for 9th, 10th, and 11th grade students. And in January of your sophomore year, we also host a practice ACT. The reason we offer both is because we want your students to get the exposure to the 2 different types of standardized tests. And we want them to understand which test they might enjoy more, knowing that they're not going to enjoy a 4-hour exam on a Saturday morning no matter what. But the PSAT is always offered. The ACT is something that's not available to be seen. So we want your sophomores to know that. We offer test prep then in the spring of your sophomore year through Ranney. So it's another opportunity if you want to choose the SAT or the ACT with preparation. Yes, a lot of colleges are still test optional and will remain test optional for the foreseeable future, but we feel really strongly that we still want your students prepared for standardized tests because we want them to have everything possible in their bag to know what they want to use. And if applying to a place test optional is the best thing for them, then so be it. But we don't want that to, they're going to be forced by not taking a test. We will, as I said, kick into working with them in junior year. And we also have a class with them in the spring of junior year. So they get to see our faces every 6 days. The reason for the college counseling class is to make sure that every student hears the same thing at the same time. So there's not a lot of gossip and not a lot of concern. Please remember through this process, our job is to make sure that they stay on task. It is not to compare one person's task to another or a student at CDI or Marlboro to what we're doing here at Ranney. We are going to make sure that they meet the deadlines, that they are going to have everything in on time, and that our process is going to be suited to them. As Dr. Martin has shared, it really is about fit. We celebrate all of the wins. We wanted our students to find places and homes that they are most excited about, and the best way to do that is to make sure that we bring colleges to our students. We host a college fair every spring. It has been virtual recently, but we may move back to in person next year to be decided. In the fall, we host over 120 different college reps to campus to come and meet specifically with your students and have those conversations. Our appointments and visits in the fall typically take place over the lunch visits and the lunch periods and at the end of the day, so it does not conflict with class. So we play nice with all of our faculty. And again, demonstrating interest is a really important part of the college process. So the more your students can engage with the colleges and universities in different ways and different levels is important to us. And it's a great opportunity for us as counselors to also get to know the schools more. We do travel. My colleague Adrienne, the other dean, just returned from Northeastern, where she was last weekend. Lauren was at Connecticut College the weekend prior. Lauren and I are traveling to DC and Virginia to go visit schools during the first week of Maymaster. So we make it a point to make sure that we get on the campuses, that we're really connecting with our colleagues on the other side of the desk to help advocate. But when it comes time to actually do your application, that's where I would say the 35-to-1 senior and student counselor ratio is really important. We will work with them from cover to cover on the application. We will help complete the application, we'll help edit and do reviews, activities lists, the essay that everybody dreads, and then all the supplemental short answer responses, because almost every college and university has small essays as well. And these things add up. I think we have a senior this year who wrote 28 different essays. So we will help manage that, and again, help keep them on task and in a timely fashion. We are supportive of our students applying an early decision if there's a place that they love, and about 80% of our students do receive acceptances to one of their top choice schools. So we're really proud of that. But again, our focus isn't on any particular top school or name brand. We want our students to go where they're going to be the best version of themselves. And a lot of our early process in 10th and 11th grade is about really having them find themselves, being able to portray a really authentic applicant and really trying to find their passion. When that can come through in the application, those are the students that definitely receive the best news and are most excited for the next step. But we did have a great day with sweatshirts, and it is a really nice variety in this senior class of different colleges and universities that they are attending. So I'm just going to stop there and see if you have questions. Oh, I guess I should say also my other hat that I do wear is I am a testing coordinator. So I do coordinate the AP exam in October, and then I made the PSATs in October, and I just finished the APs last week, which are rather on my mind. 430 AP exams were given in the last 2 weeks. So. And I'm still, yeah, for now. I have 3 makeup exams, I will say.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
All right, well, it is 3 minutes to 7, and the students are coming back in. So this is a perfect time to dismiss. Thank you all so much for your commitment to Ranney. We are honored that you have chosen us as a school and that you're putting into our hands the most important treasure in your lives, the children. It's a real honor to be working with you to educate them, and we look forward to next year and the coming months. Thank you for being with us. We know the kids have homework. Have a great